morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, featuring Special K and Sam.
And I'm back. If you've been tuning in, we're all taking our vacations. I was off for a bit. We've all kind of been in and out at the same time. Thank you very much. I got to go to Greece to see my family for the first time in 3 years as a whole family. Tassos, my 3 children, and I got to go as a 5-pack.
Tassos got to see his brother and his parents.
This is the first time, guys. This is really major. My in-laws live in Dallas. My husband is one of 2 boys. His little brother lives in Greece, and he's since got married. He has 3 kids, and this is the first time in his family's existence that the parents got to be with both their boys and their boys' families at the same time.
Back in the homeland together.
Right. That's the first and only time it's ever happened.
Oh, just together.
Just together ever. We've never been together.
And then for the brothers and the parents to be all together was
to have
first time
dinner.
in, 10 years?
Yeah, it had been more than
18 years.
Probably since they were college boys.
Oh, wow.
Because his brother moved away when he was like 20.
Wow.
So this was a major, because my sister-in-law and I are like, we're not going to dinner tonight. We're sending them the 4-pack. They're going to go there. Okay, so this is like a little warning story for anybody going on vacation anywhere, really even in the States, but especially overseas or in Mexico, because nobody gets this information until you need it, and then you don't know how to get it. If there is an emergency, do you know what that country's 911 is? Has anybody ever told you that? When you go to Mexico,
I don't know
if you get in a car crash, are you calling 911? That's not going to help.
Right. Cancun and you rent something and you get in a wreck.
Nobody tells you. Nobody tells you that. There are millions of tourists around this world visiting different countries at different times, and nobody gives them a 411 sheet on, here's what to do in an emergency.
Yeah, what do you know what 411 is either?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We know what 411 and 911 is.
Yeah. And for years, people have been renting mopeds and motorcycles and ATVs and four-wheelers to get around.
And why do you bring this up? Because what happened?
My husband and I were on the island of Ios, IOS, the island of Ios. Basically, it's a giant rock. It is a giant rock where the ferries come into the port, and there is some civilization at the port. And then you can either rent a car, an ATV like a four-wheeler, or a moped, and you can drive through the whole mountain rock to the other side where this paradise, gorgeous beach, everything you think Greece exists, with some Airbnbs and some hotels, right? But it is a 35-minute treacherous drive in the rock. That's why I just call it the rock. And it's like hairpin turns, all these things. So we rented a car. Oh, no, we didn't rent a car. We had a car, my brother-in-law's car. We put it on the ferry and we brought it over with us. He's 5. And my son and my husband and I decided on one of the beach days that our girls would go with my in-laws to the beach. And my son and my husband and I were going to go explore the town. The town was 35 minutes from the Airbnb. My sister-in-law was like, well, it's kind of a long drive, through the mountains. It's fine.
We live in Houston, where you drive an hour, you're still in Houston.
Yeah. That's exactly what I told her, Eric. I said, you drive an hour in Houston, you're still in Houston. So, we're driving through the mountains, and the views are pretty amazing, but if you have to take Dramamine, and if you are herky-jerky scared of, heights and stuff, this drive is not for you. It is literally a rock that they've carved the road out of, so not a lot of guardrails everywhere. And you've got people, tourists, young kids, and I say young kids, a 20-year-old on vacation thinking life is amazing, as they should think this. They've rented the ATV, and they're on it in their bikinis and their swim trunks.
For the first time ever getting one.
Yeah, and nobody asks you when you rent an ATV, do you know how to drive this?
No, not at all.
So
they just want the money.
Here's the brake.
Go ahead.
Right. So as we're coming around one of the turns in the drive, you can see across the way where the road is going, and there's a woman and man with a white car. And she's standing outside the car, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. As we get closer, she's waving us down to stop us from passing her. And they were the first car to come across these 2 girls from Australia who had wrecked the ATV into the mountain. Ooh. It landed on top of them. And they landed in a field of cactus needles.
Oh, God, that's painful.
Of all the things to land on.
If they had,
it's like a cartoon.
Unbelievable. If they had gone on the other side, they would have been off the mountain and dead.
Yeah.
Off the rock. So these girls, and it's too much trauma for me. I've had a terrible car accident in my life, and I thought I could handle it. My son was in the car, and Tasso jumped out first because the dad was like, you have to help me. And I thought they had car trouble. I didn't see the girls under the ATV. I didn't even see the ATV. The ATV was just upside down, the wheels up, right? And it was camouflaged against the mountain. So one girl had been thrown up against the side of the mountain, and she was kind of sitting in the sitting position if you're up against the wall with your knees up, and she was holding her arm. And the other girl, I didn't even know she was there. The dad and Tassos got the ATV off of the girl, She was wrecked. I mean, a disaster. She had
a helmet?
One girl had a helmet, but she told Tasso she had not strapped it.
Ew.
And the other girl had a helmet. So these were German tourists. And then, Tasso and I speak Greek, thank God. And then another car came, and I think they were from the Netherlands.
Germans waved you down, and the Australians were in the...
The Australians were the victims. The Germans waved us down. The next car that came, I think they were from the Netherlands. Nobody spoke Greek except me and Tassos. So Tassos is trying to help her. I'm in the car with my son because he's really scared because you could see... injury. And I'm on the phone, and there is a Greek song, guys, that came out like 15 years ago. And the first line of the song is, I am in a 100 tragic situation. And I never understood what that means. And a couple years after it came out and I'd sing this song in Greek, I asked my cousin, why? I don't get that first line. He goes, oh, you don't know? I'm in a 100 situation. That's 911. I go, oh, that's how I knew what 911 was.
So I
called the 100. And it turns out the 100 is the cops. The 116 is like the ambulance, whatever. So I call the 100 and I'm telling them in Greek, I am on the island. I'm assuming this is the island of Ios.
You hope they're right there down by the port or something.
So I'm talking to her and I'm saying there's two girls and they've wrecked into the mountain and one of them is underneath it and we had to get it off of her. And then he goes, what island are you on?
No. Oh, no.
And I said, I'm in Ios. He goes, okay, stand by. I'm going to connect you with Ios. That wasn't even the EOS 911. The 100 was just like all the islands. And then I get the lady and then she's like trying to tell me, where are you? Where the hell am I, guys? And I said, listen, all I can tell you is that we were at Manganati Beach. We have been driving 15 minutes from Manganati Beach. There is one road on this rock. If you leave Manganati Beach 15 minutes and you drive to the port, you're going to see us. You're going to see us. And one thing that was great is like every car that was passing, every car stopped. They're like, y'all need help. This one lady had an umbrella for the beach in her backyard, in her back trunk. So they put it over the one girl because she was like turning white. And she was like screaming, crying. We didn't know what their injuries were. We had a beach towel in the back seat, so we laid it on the street. I know you're not supposed to move people, guys, but she was under the ATV. So a couple of the tourists and Tassos tried to move her kind of like the best way they could from the cactus needles, which all of them got cactus needles, onto the road, onto the towel. And then another tourist gave their beach towel and covered her. So we have one girl against the rocks, clearly broken arm, like totally jacked up.
And there's probably no hospital on this island.
I'm sure there's one, but it's probably not exciting.
Yeah,
and so we stayed with her, and it took an hour for the ambulance to come.
On an island? Like if they already have the stuff?
And they had one stretcher. The ambulance only had room for one stretcher, one gurney. So the cops came, the ambulance came, and it's just a learning. Those girls had been in Greece for 2 days, and they were with their two cousins. They both rented the ATVs, and the cousins came back after the third tourist car showed up. Because I was like,
but they went that far ahead? They
went that far ahead, and I asked, because I was on the phone with the girl, because the cop said, I need the cell phone number of one of the victims. And I was yelling out my window to Tasso because I didn't want to leave my son, and I also could not see that, guys. It was going to wreck me. And so I called the girl over, and she's the cousin of the girl that's up against the rocks. And I gave her name, and I gave her number, and she said, this is my cousin, and we were ahead of them on the ATVs, and we were going, and they just weren't behind us anymore, and I had this bad feeling, so we turned around. But they must have gone really far ahead of them because they came after the third car. From what the girl on the street said, the girl that was really bad, she said that they tried to take this turn. And look, if you don't know these ATVs, you don't know these ATVs, and these turns are not easy. I just can't figure out how they wrecked into the side of the mountain that way. They were going on the right side, right? And they're curving against they're hugging the mountainside. They weren't coming the other side. If that would have been their death if it was the other side. That's the drop to the water. So something happened where, I don't know, she said it wouldn't stop. Like, I guess the gas or something, and it just kind of smashed them into the mountain and flipped them. And the ATV landed on the one girl, and the other girl was against the rock. So I don't know what happened to those girls. We'll never know what happened to those girls because
those things are really dangerous. They're very deadly. If you don't know what you're doing on an ATV, I mean, you can really. I mean,
I've heard about that in people's like lake houses. Oh, we have an ATV, and the 12-year-old boys got on it and they flipped. You know what I mean?
They flip really easy too.
The lesson is, if you are going to go anywhere out of this country, please, just for your own sanity, find out what the 911 is of that country. Find out what you have to do if there is an emergency.
Now, we're lucky because we speak English. So most countries will have someone that, like, think if you're German and you get injured in Houston, you call 911.
They don't speak German.
And so you can't speak English.
Because the 911 operator did speak
Does AI have
English.
anything? Is there something now when you can talk?
Oh, they have universal translator apps.
Yeah, but in shock like that, how are we going to do that? We didn't know where her phone was.
Does 911 have that? Also, I'm like,
that I
I'm
don't
calling
know.
911. Like,
It's like dumb question MC, right? So when I called the 100, by the way, they do speak English, but it was much faster to communicate everything we needed because I could speak Greek. So if we had to sit there in English and what are you saying? I don't know. It just was much faster that I spoke Greek. Of course, my Greek is like crazy fast when I'm panicked. It was really fast. I was really fast. But find out, there's a whole list. If you go to travel.state.gov, they're the ones that always, when you're going to travel somewhere, they give you what the travel warnings are. Travel.state.gov has an entire list of every single country on this globe and what their ambulance, fire, and police numbers are. So just put that in your back
Smart
pocket
to
if you're
have.
going overseas because you
You
never
don't
know when
think
you're going to
about-
need it.
especially with your kids going, or they go to Mexico.
Yeah.
So many kids rent mopeds.
Oh, yeah, you go to Isla Mujeres and they just don't even check IDs. They just like, oh, here you go, $50. Rent a motorcycle, rent a moped,
let's
scooter,
go.
whatever. And you're just like, it's dangerous.
Right. By the way, when we got back, the first thing my daughter told me was like, Mommy, it's Amazon Prime Day. Can I get this? I go, do not ask me for one more thing.
We just went to Greece.
We just came back from vacation.
We have no money.
But it's Amazon Prime time right now. It's July 8th to what, 11th, I think it is?
I believe so.
It ends tomorrow. So there are a lot of deals on Amazon Prime. Now, there's a funny story about a woman who keeps getting all this wrong, hundreds of the same thing keeps getting delivered to her house.
And not a cool thing. It's like, at least if you got something cool. Right. I'm like, and it's big. And she called the news because she kept getting it every day.
Hundreds of random Amazon packages over the past year that were giant and they're useless to her. So it brings up the topic, what was the misdelivered item that got delivered to your door?
We love hearing these.
These are amazing stories
And
you
did
guys
you keep
have.
it?
Yeah, and did you keep it? 833-390-KRBE. We'll talk to you next on The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. And that's Teddy Swims, Lose Control on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. And we're taking your calls at 833-390-KRBE.
Before you take those calls, Roula, I just want to promote. I'm going to be at Shell Federal Credit Union today.
Wow.
Right there off Northwest
times
Freeway in
for your
Cypress.
And what time is that?
Yeah, I'm going to be. You can watch me.
Here she's going to the bank.
You can watch me make a deposit.
Yeah, but what time are you going to be there again?
3 till
3
5.
o'clock.
So I'll be there for a couple hours.
Okay.
This evening or afternoon, I guess.
That's not
Shell
too far
Federal
from
Credit
me.
Union, big
Come on
supporters
by.
of KRBE.
All right.
Of course, we did the secret sound with them, the money.
I'm going to go check out and see if they got the
Supported from
pens connected with the little chain. They still do that.
Oh, you're inspecting?
I always thought that was, those banks didn't have they had trust issues. Yeah, they never
The
trusted
pens.
me. Like,
Now, some of those credit union pens and bank pens are the best pens you can find. I bet
Yeah.
they go missing real easily.
not as good as those title company pens.
Oh, my God, the title company pens
We
are
do need more
amazing.
pens.
Yeah,
We'll bring
send
that
us
back
some
tomorrow. We used to do that. Send us your pens.
We needed pens and T-shirts for Phoenix.
Yeah.
We got tons of them. Okay. So Amazon kept sending this one woman hundreds of random packages over the past year. They all contain the same thing. Fake leather car seat covers.
Well, the same
Fake
thing.
leather car seat covers. She lives in San Jose, California. And she said, I don't know what happened and how this happened, but they were made in China. They were sent to her home consistently for a year. There are so many of them. She can't even fit her car inside her garage anymore because she has put them all in the garage. She repeatedly complained to Amazon, but they gave her the runaround. They promised the deliveries would stop, but they did not. They told her to dispose of the boxes herself or donate them or something, but she said she can't afford to do that. No charity wants hundreds of fake leather seat covers. So the news she went to the news got a hold of the story. Amazon finally sent a truck to her house to pick up all the boxes, and they've supposedly taken care of the issue, so she never gets any more misdelivered fake leather car seat covers from
I'd
China.
find out like who's selling those and then sell it to a company or something. Hey, I got 200 of these. I'll sell them to you for $500.
Crazy.
Try and sell them, and then they could sell them in the aftermarket.
Why is it they never send anything good? You know,
Well,
you
sometimes they do.
always get
Well,
something.
we're about to find out.
Right. So
Okay.
we're asking you to call us at 833-390-KRBE. What did you get misdelivered to your door? We're going to start this out with Sarah first. Sarah Beth. Hi, Sarah Beth.
Hi.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Okay, so tell us about the item that was misdelivered to your door, and then tell us if you kept it.
So I actually had a bidet kit,
Oh, nice.
and it was shipped to my office,
Oh, God.
and I did not order it. And I contacted Amazon, and like you were saying earlier, they told me to either keep it or donate it. So I actually still have it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you love it?
Did you figure out how to use it?
I haven't even hooked it up.
Oh.
It's still sitting in the box.
But everybody at work thinks you got a clean booty.
Yeah, why are you not using that?
That's right.
It's right there.
That's right.
Oh, come on. Get it going and then call us back 2 months later. You're going
Eric really loves
is
this
the kind?
product.
Are you talking about the kind that Eric's talking about? Like it's
No,
it's like a toilet seat
Yeah, it's probably-
like
they probably
sprayer, or this like one you stick in the wall, Sarah Beth, and you have to have like a pipe of water to it. And you with
It's
like a
it's supposed to be a kit that you can adapt to any toilet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I've never tried it. It's still in the box. It's never been used, but it was pretty funny to open it. And,
That's funny. I'm just telling you, it's going to change your life if you ever get it hooked up. You're going to be, actually, you'll be ruined when you go on vacations.
Oh, because you have to use
Yeah.
toilet paper?
well, I don't
You
understand
still
how
use
it
toilet
works.
paper, don't you?
And
Yeah, but it just feels so clean and just, it's awesome.
Eric, I know your toilet does the work for you, but what I've seen overseas is I'm looking at this thing and I'm like, I don't know how they're not making a mess in this bathroom every time.
I have the Toto one, so it's all.
Well, this is like you know the dishwasher nozzle that helps you spray the sink.
Yeah.
That's what most of them in Europe look like this last
Yeah.
trip. And I go, how are they not making a giant mess in here?
What do you mean? You like literally take it like you have the
take it
kind
like
in your
that.
sink and you spray your butt with it?
It's not from the sink,
It's
but they
down
have
low.
one next to the toilet, and
Oh.
it looks like that little handle you have at your
Okay.
dishwashing sink. And I don't understand how that works, but that's a whole other story.
All I know is we're a bunch of heathens
That's
in
a
America.
whole other story.
heathens.
We have wipes. Don't flush the wipes. Okay,
Wrong,
Andrea's up
people.
next. We're talking about misdelivered packages. What was it, and did you keep it? Andrea, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. So it was a Bose living room surround system.
Nice.
Ooh, surround sound.
Yeah, it was really fancy. I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. But I was like, did my husband order this? What happened? I normally work from home, so I could see the FedEx guy dropping it off. And it was, which was random. It was outside of like an actual package. You know what I mean? Like how Amazon usually delivers luxury items.
Uh-huh.
They put it in their Amazon box, and then you open the box, and then you see what it is, right?
Yeah.
So this was just out, like on like the Bose, you could see it. And I was like, okay. So I opened the door, and the guy comes back, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. This is actually not yours. And I was like, dang it.
Ah, he came
Darn
back for
it.
it.
Darn it. So he did figure out.
Yeah.
How about that? Finders keepers. Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
no, we didn't keep it. He came back and took it. So
Darn
I
it.
mean, listen,
I wonder
if
if
the
you got
Amazon guy's back at your door, you got to give it
Well,
up.
I
It
wonder
can't
if
be
you
a
got
win.
knocked out because there have been times where it said package delivered, and I'm like, oh, I didn't get it. And then you click on the view, the porch delivery. I'm like, hey, that's my neighbor's porch. I can tell.
I try and help. If I see stuff, I go to this, like, say, with my old house, something in court. I would see another place called a different number. I'd go there and drive there and just give it
Oh,
to
and
them.
drop it off,
If
yeah.
it's
It
close
was
by.
close, yeah.
I'm like, I feel bad for those people because if
I mean,
Yeah, they've been waiting on it. Maybe it's something important.
yeah,
Misdelivered pizzas are the worst because you're like, I don't know whose this food is.
Oh,
It's
that's
going to
the
go
worst.
cold if I don't take it in.
I might as well eat it. Someone should be
Okay.
happy.
Well, I'm sorry that you couldn't keep the surround sound, but that's fun to know.
You almost had it.
Almost had it. Okay, Crystal's up next. We're talking about what item got misdelivered to your door. Speaking of misdelivered Amazon packages, because it's Amazon Prime Days right now. Hi, Crystal. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So what was the item and did you keep it?
Okay, it was a Shark vacuum cleaner,
Ooh.
and this was a moral. It was the steamer one.
I'm an
So this
adult
was a
by
kind
how
of a moral
excited I am by that.
dilemma.
Can you explain what that is? Like, what is a Shark vacuum cleaner?
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks like a vacuum cleaner, but it's actually like to steam clean your floors. And
Yep.
my mom used to have one when I was young, and I just never felt like it really did what it was supposed to do. I didn't, because you can't see the results like when you vacuum.
And how much are these things
So, I was
worth?
$300 minimum.
A couple $100.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
They're not cheap because the Shark brand, it's not
Shark is,
Dyson,
yeah.
but it's
Shark and Dyson are in competition with each other.
Oh,
To put that in
okay.
perspective.
I've actually had more luck
Not
with Shark
price point
than
wise.
Dyson
Yeah,
lately.
Shark is cheaper than Dyson, but supposed to be just as good.
Do you ever have a problem
Yeah.
finding bags for your vacuum cleaner?
That was a Shark. You don't need it.
Yeah. So did you end up keeping your
Right?
Shark steam mop vacuum, or did you have to give it up?
Okay, so it was kind of a moral dilemma, and I probably did not take the high road.
You probably did. That means you absolutely didn't.
So the actual delivery address was the HOA director in our neighborhood, who is
Oh,
an
darn.
absolute ass. So I had it sitting in the corner for a while, and I was like, should I give it to her? Should I not? She'll just reorder it. It's not going to be anybody's real loss, you know.
Yeah.
I had it for about a month. And then I decided, you know what, I'm just going to keep it. And then what I did next was kind of wrong. So I hope the person that got it isn't recognizing my voice right now. But I wrapped it up and gave it to somebody for Christmas.
Oh, you re-gifted.
Wow. Did that person say, oh, my goodness, Crystal, you're so generous?
That's hilarious.
I had to
wow.
really think which one of my gift recipients would be okay with getting this expensive of a gift from me? Who would think that they deserve that? So I had to go through a whole thing to figure this
If it
out.
wasn't the
Wow.
HOA person, do you think you would have given it, like say you found out it was a neighbor 4 houses down, do you think you would have returned it to them?
I would have brought it to them. Yeah.
Okay.
Or that person's caused so much pain
Yeah.
for you.
They're such a jerk.
I want to do a
that you-
topic
Yeah,
about
to everyone.
I want to do
To
HOA
everyone.
stories
Just
coming up because my wife and I bought a house.
Yeah, nice.
Well, tomorrow we're closing.
Oh, yay.
So, but I know they have an HOA and stuff, so I just want to hear HOA stories later.
Oh,
Not today, but maybe Monday or something. What I have to, because I haven't had an HOA ever before.
Oh,
Never
you
know.
haven't.
Even in Bel Air?
Don't you
Bel Air
remember?
doesn't have an HOA.
Not my
Or
area.
just Bel Air total is just...
That area I lived in
One rule.
didn't have it.
Yeah, I just had a little battle like just a couple of weeks ago, remember?
Yeah, I remember they were
With the branches.
threatening to take away your house.
They threatened to take my house because I had branches in my yard for 5 days.
That's
but yet
ridiculous.
the house, like 5 houses down, has had boards in the window for 5 years.
We got time for one more.
Tammy's up next. Hi, Tammy. Good morning.
No, this is in the car.
Tammy, hi.
Hello.
She ordering breakfast.
Well, what are you getting?
Hi.
Hey,
What's for breakfast? What are you eating today?
Tropical smoothie.
Ooh,
Okay.
I'll get me one of them. All right, Tammy, tell us what the misdelivered package was and did you keep it?
Yes, it was a Nintendo Switch, and yes,
nice.
I kept it.
Ooh.
Because I couldn't find the owner, and it delivered to my address, which I didn't have any other address.
I hope
Wait,
it was.
so the actual
I
Switch
gave it to
was
my
addressed
daughter.
to your address even though y'all did not order it?
Yeah, I think maybe the people before us moved away from there and
Forgot to
when we
change
moved
Oh,
in,
they didn't
we
change
got
it in their Amazon settings.
I'm hoping it was from GameStop. They delivered it.
Yes.
Those guys
They've had like a 3-year feud with them.
Those a-holes.
So, because
I hate
isn't there
them.
some running scam guys where you get things delivered on purpose? Like they're delivering things to people on purpose and there's some scam connected to that? I don't know what the scam is, though.
I don't know what
I'm
that
not sure.
benefit would
How
be.
much do you think they lose a year?
Amazon? And he's
Oh,
still the richest
on
guy
the
on the
screw
planet.
ups, and because they just
Well,
say
yeah, but
keep,
they
if they tell you
probably-
just to keep it,
That means they have
They
something.
probably have insurance for that. So they're not really losing anything. I'm sure it's
they
all
don't pay
covered.
taxes,
I
right?
don't know.
No, I
mean,
don't think
maybe-
they do.
Look, listen, maybe
Pretty
they just
much.
take the loss like Costco does on the hot dog and the Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
Costco takes a loss on the hot dog and the Pepsi because the hot dog and the Pepsi being $1.50 is what that publicity
That's
is
true.
bigger than anything they could ever
'Cause I used to
buy
be
for themselves.
I used to be an eBay guy. I don't think I haven't looked at eBay in probably 5 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
Every once in a
Especially after
while.
COVID, I was just so used to going to Amazon. I never went to eBay. I need to. I'm stupid. I should go look
Like
there.
eBay-
Well,
eBay's
I
good
feel like it's on
for-
resale, right? There's nothing new there.
Oh, they do stuff too.
No, they have new stuff, but
Yeah.
it's usually good for something that's no longer manufactured.
I just don't want to bid. I hate bidding because I know it's a scam.
I know. Just hit the buy now option.
Because you know they're gonna. All of a sudden, the last minute I lose. This guy
Yeah.
came out of nowhere. I'm like, whatever.
Just to bid it up.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, that's the first and last time I used eBay. I bid up. I got bid up on something I wanted to get, and when I got it, it was fake. I was so mad.
Oh,
So I've never used it again.
Or about TikTok Shop or whatever. I never. Or
I
Instagram,
ordered
all
something
stuff.
from there. I
never,
never got it. I
what?
was
You
mad.
ordered on TikTok and
TikTok
they ripped
shop,
you off.
and it never came.
Really?
It's like turmeric face washer.
Did you get your money back?
Oh, God. They just went to the store and got some turmeric and put it in
I
some.
know.
and some
how high
Dove
were you when you
soap.
bought that one?
No,
Turmeric face
it
wash?
was really the guy's skin looked really good after he used it, and I wanted to use
Just
it.
because you want to
too.
sleep with them doesn't mean you should buy the product. If that's the case, that'd be.
Well, that's good advertising on his
And
part.
yeah, actually coming up next in Scoop, I will give you. I did a review here on the show before I left for my trip with something that I got suckered into on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And I will tell you if it was worth it or not because I used it on my trip. And here's a hint. I was mad. Okay, what's the thing I don't want you to fall into on buying this from Instagram? I'll tell you next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
Around us. This is Celebrity Scoop.
On the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
It's brought to you by Taquerias Arandas. And just real quick, in case you are just tuning in, Eric was talking about how he's going to be at Shell Federal Credit Union today from 3 to 5 in Cyprus.
Yep, Cypress right there at 344 Northwest Freeway. And I found out Typhoon, Texas tickets were given away every 15 minutes.
Nice.
Another cool things.
Nice way to beat the heat.
I called them up and said,
Texas.
"Are we giving away stuff? Because what's going on there?"
Every
We're giving
15
away-
minutes, get your Typhoon Texas passes from Eric at Shell Federal Credit Union in Cyprus. Yay!
And watch me open an account.
And see if their pens are chained to the desks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give you a little review. We just were coming off of misdelivered packages, things that you got misdelivered to your door, whether you kept them or not. One texter said that her dad got a $500 stroller sent to him by mistake. And then, when he called to complain about it, to say, "Hey, this is not my stroller," they sent him another one. And so it's just kind of funny.
I
that
just keep complaining and see what happens.
And then Ahmad shared that he bought something off TikTok Shop and never showed up.
Never.
Before I went on my family vacation, I told you guys, it was like a 6:40 in the morning time of the show, that I said, I bought this thing from Instagram. I got suckered and I hope it works on my vacation. Oh my God, stupid. Do not buy this. There is a brand called the Foldy. It is a duffel bag for luggage. Like you could have it on your shoulder and it fits everything, like 2 pairs of shoes, 5 shirts, whatever. I didn't buy that because I already knew that was a mistake. You don't want all that weight on your shoulder as you're dragging through airports. So I wasn't going to buy the big duffel Foldy, but what they suckered me into is the belt bag for your chest.
Oh.
So that it's the small one, it's that RFID
But
thing.
I remember
where
you
they
talking about
can't-
that. Yeah.
I brought it in here. Remember the Navy one?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing that got me on this Foldy was, it has a cut-resistant strap, and it has this buckle system with this hook system so that the pickpockets that you hear about in Europe can't get you. And it's got that RFID thing or whatever, so people scanning and zapping trying to get your credit card numbers can't get them.
Right.
Can't get them. Guys, the way this damn thing is manufactured, it's ridiculous. It is, imagine any other fanny pack like you usually see. The Foldy zipper is if I'm facing Ahmad across from me at 12 o'clock and I unfold this belt bag on my chest, the zipper is on the front facing Ahmad, not on the top looking up at my chin.
We could go straight down and put stuff in and out.
Yes. So you can fit, quote, a lot for this belt bag. But when you open it, meh.
They all fall out. Yeah.
Oh, no.
They don't need to pickpocket you. They just walk by you while you're
And
fumbling
pick
with
it
the
up.
zipper and pick it up. It's just pick it right out of your Foldy.
So it folds in the middle.
In the middle, the zipper's in the middle instead of being on the top. So when I would unzip it, it would open up like a mouth. And
Just
I'm like,
spills
oh
out.
my God, like I cannot control.
Anything
And
on
so
top is just gonna.
Anybody that's going to walk by me I'm going to be victimized by the person that's not trying to pickpocket me. They're just going to take it while I'm trying to find the euros. I'm like, I don't know. There's my lipstick, my chapstick, my wipey. Everything's gone. So I give out 0 thumbs down
Don't buy
to the
this
Foldy
thing.
belt bag. Just go. You're better off getting some dupe from Lululemon or getting one from the Lululemon overstock shop at the
Marshalls
outlets.
or Ross or something. or an
Yeah,
outlet.
yeah. The zipper has to be on top, guys. If it's across, everything spills out.
Have you seen that luggage video commercial where like it's a vacuum thing? You put your stuff in it and then it sucks it down and it makes it so you can fit everything in a carry-on.
What?
And it comes with a pump.
yes, the vacuum sucker. But then what happens on
it's
vacation?
like-
you take
But
it
I
with
think
you?
it comes with the little pump
Okay.
with it. I
Is this
guess.
like those storage bags where you
Yeah.
put your
Yes.
vacuum cleaner
I
up
keep
to
getting
it?
that one.
Because one of my friends was telling me about that because I was saying I'm going to take carry-ons only.
But I don't want to take a chance on that. What if, I don't know, I guess maybe someone has it? Does it really work? Because
I just know one
think the
person
pump
that
comes
swears
with it.
by
Because
it.
I'm like, yeah, you could do it when you leave home, but
How's
It's a
that work
portable
when
pump.
you're leaving your
So
destination
it has
back to home?
it has
It's a
a
portable
portable-
pump. That's what he told me.
okay.
But how heavy is that thing?
Yeah, he said it's made for traveling, so he was really happy with it. He tried to get me
It
to
looks
use
cool,
it. But I will tell you
'cause
also,
you guys went to Greece for a few weeks and didn't
right.
bring it. You just brought carry-ons.
In the end, I actually
That's
packed
impressive.
I packed a bigger one. I packed a bigger one in the end for me because I was too stressed out with the day that we were
So you
packing.
did have check a bag.
I did have to check it back, and actually, here's what we did. When you go to other destinations, you have to come through the United States. If Houston's not your final destination, for us it was Chicago, and then Houston.
Oh, you got to go through it
You
again.
have to go through customs
twice.
in Chicago or
Yeah.
customs in Newark or customs in DC. When you do that, you have to go to the baggage claim area, grab your bags, and take them to the belt to put them on the belt for that airport to take them to your final destination, right? And, in your original destination, let's say it's Germany or France, they've tagged your bag. It'll say Charles de Gaulle from Paris to Chicago O'Hare, which is ORD. And then from there, they know the final is IAH. Well, I had one rollerboard as our carry-on because my husband has a knee problem. And so it was easier for him to kind of roll the carry-on with the backpack on it. And in our haste, because we were delayed and we were trying to run to the last flight out of Chicago, we ran through customs, got our bags off the belt, ran them to the other belt, and we put every suitcase on there. Even the carry-on that's not tagged.
Oh, no.
Oh,
You just
no.
lost everything.
And
Was there any
get to the
iPads and
gate.
everything and stuff like that?
No, it was just emergency clothes. Like I had emergency pajamas and like things we needed in case
So now
we got stuck in
somebody
Chicago.
in Chicago's got your underwear.
So we
Or
get
here.
to the gate.
Is this Roula's underwear?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so winded at the gate. I go, God, why do I feel like a mule? Like, mules carry so much stuff. I go, God, I'm so weighed down by all these backpacks. And I told Tuss, I go, oh my God, we gave our carry-on to the customs belt. And there's not, I have our
That's
tag,
scary.
but I don't have the airport tag that they scan.
Do you put air tags on your bags?
My AirTag battery died, Ryan. I'm so mad.
Oh, no.
Because I learned from the last time. So the AirTag battery's not picking up, and there's not an airport tag. And I luckily, it's identical to another one that we had checked, and they're obnoxious. I found it at Marshall's. It's a hard case with a really obnoxious print. It's not just black or blue. It's a print. So when we landed at 1:30 in the morning at IAH, I had to go stand in a line of 10 people
That's the worst.
to
Yeah.
tell them I have to make a claim for my carry-on bag that I just threw on the belt in Chicago because otherwise it's going to just float. And then she goes, yeah, if they don't have a claim number, it will just float. And I said, but my information's on it. And I put it inside too, in case your tag
Because
rips
people always
off.
say to put like your address on a piece of paper. That way, if they
Inside.
open it,
That's what I did.
they can see it.
It's right there. When you open the suitcase, there's a zipper mesh. And all my stuff is right there too. And she goes, well, good. You did the right thing. So I hope you get your bag. If you haven't seen it in 5 days, you have to call us.
I figure it's like the perks of working at the airport.
What?
You got to keep these bags.
I don't think so.
No.
You got to go through them and you get dibs.
What's
Hey,
that
hey,
city?
Ryan, hey, look at this. You want this? All right, yeah, I'll take that.
Remember
Well, I'm
last
sure
time?
some unethical things do
Well,
happen.
remember last time that I thought it was they told me it was stolen from the belt at IH, and they said people walk in here all the time. I go, what? It was that whole
It
scandal.
wouldn't be hard.
That's
to
what I'm
do.
saying. They don't really,
Stolen?
they never check.
There's not really security.
What's that?
Like,
city?
I mean,
Let me
there's
look it
so
up.
many times where Faith came in from a flight and I just said, I'll just meet you down at baggage claim. I'll pick you up. I'll park the car and come pick you up.
Right.
And I just walk in and I see bags going around. I can just pick up a bag and just walk right
I just
out.
want to get one where you can print your face.
That's what I wanted to do last
Oh,
time. Remember
to
I said I
wrap
wanted
the
to be
bag?
Yeah,
obnoxious?
you can
your
wrap it, but now
face?
they have cloth ones. You can buy it
And wrap it over.
and wrap over it instead of like paying to get it wrapped.
Oh,
So
wow.
Scottsboro, Alabama is where the unclaimed baggage center is.
Let's
And
go
this
there.
store is the
Go.
one and only one of its kind in the whole United States. They purchased these lost bags from airlines, bus lines, and other transport services that are left behind. After a 90-day holding period, the orphaned goods are then sent to this store for resale. People have gotten Rolexes. People have gotten Jimmy Choo shoes.
Is it a store then we can go to and
It's
buy
a
stuff?
store you go to. It's called the Unclaimed Baggage Center. You can shop in there.
Where at? Alabama?
In Scottsboro, Alabama.
Maybe I would go to Alabama
The
then.
nation's
You make
only
a flight
lost
just to
store.
Alabama for that.
I don't know where that is. Is that close to the Gulf at least? I could go down to the beach? Or is it like in the middle where,
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
where racism lives?
Well, in that case, I'm not going there.
Come on, let's go.
Time for What's Going
Eric.
Down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRB.
All right.
You're not lying.
That's like,
Wow.
Our donation drive is going on again today. Unfortunately, the death toll from the Texas Hill Country floods is now 120 across 6 counties. Kerr County suffering the greatest loss, and officials confirmed that 59 adults and 36 children have passed away. There are still 161 people missing right now. Now, the news is brought to you by Takis Fiber. What we're doing today, in just about 7 minutes, you can you can swing by Crime Stoppers. That's at 3001 Main Street. They're looking for all sorts of items like cleaning and recovery supplies and bottled water, baby formula, personal hygiene products, emergency supplies like batteries and flashlights
And tarps.
stuff for our furry friends, pet supplies, food, kitty litter, kennels, collars, everything you
this is your
name
last
it.
chance with us at Crime Stoppers because tomorrow we're going to send it all.
Yeah.
9 to 4 today are the hours for the Crime Stoppers of Houston building. That's where the actual building for Crime Stoppers of Houston. It's at 3001 Main Street, 9 to 4. Just drop it off.
Mod, you should be there, right? Around 12?
Yes, from 12 to 2.
And we just appreciate every single, I mean, the people that we have met being on site and unloading these things. The great part about it is you don't even have to get out of the car. Just pop your, the back of your hatch and people just come right up and take it for you. And we just really appreciate what you're doing.
And I'd like to give credit to the grocery stores, too, that I've noticed they put the pallets of like water and stuff. They know people were wanting to do this.
To donate,
So
yeah.
they
So
have
like
it
I was
all.
at Kroger yesterday when I ate my Sushi and my five chicken legs.
If you're listening earlier, Eric had a binge food day.
$5
Whole
sushi at Kroger on Wednesdays.
And then he ate
5 rolls.
And then they had a $5
5-pack of chicken wings.
No,
not
chicken
wings,
legs.
Chicken
drumsticks.
legs. He ate the whole leg.
5
drumsticks,
fried
man.
drumsticks.
Man, they were good.
They are good. I'm
And
not
I had
gonna
a
lie.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, it had to be diet,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Not
My
regular.
daughter had that there.
Well, that makes up
I
for
never had
everything.
Diet Dr. Pepper before. I was like, what the hell's this?
Well, we know what you're doing today.
Oh my God, you in the bathroom situation.
Yeah.
Can people just eat?
Plus, that was yesterday.
And we can talk about the rest of it. God.
I'm like, I probably shouldn't do this. Like, you shouldn't.
Yeah, but you're like,
I knew it was a bad
I don't have
idea
any-
before I did it,
I don't
but
have
I
things
did it
planned tonight.
anyway.
I'm just going to watch the Astros get their ass kicked again. That's
Oh,
my
wow,
thought.
that was horrible. Like they were swept.
But wait, can we talk about this 18-1 game that I saw a flash of
On
when my
Friday.
signal
Oh,
was
yeah,
bad?
that was amazing.
That was so great because that was firework. That was 4th of July. So
All those
we were playing the
Dodger
Dodgers.
fans.
The Dodgers had to stay. The
In
fans.
Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, they couldn't leave, and we killed them 18-1.
Oh my God, that's insane.
But they had to stay because they want to see the fireworks.
18-1.
So we picked the best day to destroy them.
That is, yeah. That was
I will take these 3
destruction.
losses in Cleveland.
Yeah.
just for
to
that.
Cleveland. We got beat here in Houston, but just to see the Dodger fans.
Well, because
lose.
that's usually the case with our Astros. If they win by a monstrous amount, they will lose the next few games terribly.
Or they play down to their competition.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Okay. If you missed what happened on Roses today, oh, Lordy Lou. And was that an episode of Jerry Springer
It
from
felt like it.
1994?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's 2 women fighting over one fool. You're going to hear it next on the